Our next session is Pam Miller, who is a computer lecturer in education, and she's also going to talk about online assessment.
Hi, good morning. I have spent many years using online assessment programs. I do not work with Blackboard, I use a different platform. And I want to talk about my experience that I had at this university. I came in August. I had a very short space of time with the students. I knew it'd be short, 8 lectures. I was showing the teacher guide. I was terrified the students did not know what they were meant to have known by a particular period in their guide. I had to get them up to scratch by the end of the year. How was I going to do that? Well, I created videos or screencasts for every single exercise the students had to do. Those videos would work on a cell phone or on the computer. I made 2 formats. But for every exercise, I created a quiz. And I say it was not on Respondus, it was on a different platform, but the reason why I did not use Blackboard or Respondus was I was told Blackboard doesn't work on our campus. I didn't have time to argue with that. I decided I was going to go with a platform which I knew. But the students told me that they couldn't get on the network. 27% of them told me they could not get on the network. I wasn't going to argue. 33% told me they couldn't get on the internet. I didn't have time for that. I said, organize your passwords, get on. Not my problem. And the problem, they said that 10% had a problem getting into the quiz. Well, they may have said that, but only one student came and told me her password was a problem. So they were told to sort the problem out. It wasn't mine. They had to get into the quiz. Now, there were different kinds of questions. My purpose was for teaching. So I created many questions. The hotspot one was very, I think, most effective for learning. They had to click on different places on the image to get the correct answer. I wanted this for teaching, for them to learn. The different kinds of questions that I used multiple choice, filling in matching columns. Wonderful. What's going on here? These guys are talking. My quizzes, most of the quiz questions had images, because this is what the students would use because they were learning Excel and Word. It wasn't a theoretical subject. Benefits, the students looked at the words. They deciphered the words. They spoke about the words. It was interesting, these students, 99% of them had never seen a self-marking quiz before. Horrifying. But we used it. It wasn't a problem. Those that wanted to do the test, do it again and again, they did it. The biggest problem was finding a lab where they had the confidence to work. Because most of the people in the labs were on YouTube or Facebook. So most of the students did these quizzes at home or privately somewhere. But they redid those questions because I told them, you have got to do the quizzes over and over and over again until you get 100%. 80% not a pass mark. I want 100% when you do it. And the students did it. And they liked the fact that they could do the test over and over and over again. It permitted them. There was no block. They liked the test that there was feedback. For every question, I gave feedback. I did not give correct feedback and incorrect, and it's straight feedback. They liked that. Sorry, I can't see. The questions were randomized. The first time we did the test, may have been question 1, 2, 3. Next time, the questions were muddled up. And then as I worked with the students over a couple of weeks, in the multiple choice quizzes, the answers were randomized as well. I did this thing progressively and slowly to give the students confidence that they really enjoyed doing it. Challenges: getting a computer which worked in the lab where I worked. I wanted a computer that worked. Getting access to the internet was a problem for some of the students, but I said sort it out, not my problem. Between the screencasts and the quizzes, the students learnt the work. One student no one made a negative comment. Couldn't understand the language because he was Afrikaans speaking. The students can learn doing quizzes. Thank you.